everybody. We send ours to the worthy. Worthy, you know who you are. TSoA, folks. What's cracking, man? So, this video here, I'm going to put you guys up on my old Pelican Bay SHU Hustle that I had back when I was in Pelican Bay SHU Short Corridor. And I got a 115 for her. So on the 115, they said I was writing jokes for magazine companies on the streets, which I was. But I don't see how that's illegal, right? So I'll tell you a little bit about it. Back then, I had a hustle, man. I would write jokes for Easy Rider magazine, the biker magazines, fucking Hustler magazine, Playboy magazine. So I wrote jokes once a week and sent them to the streets, gave them to my mother. And so now they're her jokes. Here you go, Mom. Here's some jokes for you. Well, she would send them to the magazine companies and then look out for me so I can get me some canteen and a little bit of fucking toothpaste and coffee and some soups and stamp envelopes and shit. A little bit of commissary hustle, And, I did pretty good. I sold a few jokes and my mom would get the money for it and I'd get kicked down some money. It was a way to keep myself in a little commissary. And it was a pretty cool little trip, man. Harmless.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
It was harmless, but a way to support oneself as good as one can do while he was buried underneath a prison. Well, after about 2 years of it, Mom made a mistake and in one of her letters sent me a page with my joke in it. And how it went was, if you sold a joke to Playboy, they would send her $100, right? And they'd publish it in their magazine, or Hustler was $50. Easy Rider was $40, and Biker was $20. So, a couple times I made $300-400 here and there, man. It was pretty good little hustle, man. So, well, Mom slipped up one time. She was getting kind of old in her age and said something in her letter and sent me the page of a copy of the published joke that I did. And Pelican Bay IGI caught it and came to my cell, destroyed my cell, took everything out of my cell as if I committed a huge robbery or as if I committed some type of assault on somebody or like it was the end of the fucking world. And then they wrote me a 115, Division D, 90 days loss of credit, and I got life. And it said something along the lines of, you can't profit from being in prison, this, that, and the other. And I wasn't. I could write my mom jokes and give it to her, and she could do whatever she wants to. And so she did. That was her prerogative. And she would just look out for me here and there, And then people didn't want you to have nothing good in that place, man. They didn't want me to have shit. So they wrote me a 115, and IGI guy, some fucking Yahoo from the IGI did, and I go down there to the watch office, the SHU watch off program office, and have the hearing. And at the hearing, the lieutenant had heard the 115. He knew it was bullshit. And he dropped it down to a warning chrono. And I promised to stop. And he sent that warning chrono to my mom, and it said, if you ever try to further gang activity or activity in furtherance of the gang, we will stop your communication with your son. So my mom, I wouldn't even send her a joke no more or nothing, man. And that was it. But that shows you guys how petty that shit was up there.
Wait a minute.
You know,
So your little hustle for your own personal use suddenly falls into the gang nexus.
Right. And it had nothing to do with the game. Nothing whatsoever to do with the game.
Wow.
Nothing. It was a hustle that I was taught. You know, and it kind of helps people learn to write really proper grammar. Because those magazine companies, you're dealing with professional people. They're not going to publish no bullshit. And I've been published quite a few times in magazines. And it was never, nothing had nothing to do with the game. That's why the lieutenant dropped it. But the way the IGI worded the warning chrono was a way to make it look like it was something other than what it really was, which was a little fucking hustle that I had acquired through years of learning proper grammar and writing jokes. And then I started speaking Spanish fluently, and I would turn jokes into Spanish jokes and sell them to Maxim, Espanol, Playboy, Espanol, muchas revistas en Espanol. And so, and I would sell it to them. And I also wrote apartment rentals for apartments down in LA and other places in Spanish, and sold that too. And they stopped everything. They didn't want me to have nothing good. And then they scared the shit out of my mom for nothing. And she wasn't doing nothing wrong but trying to help her son obtain a little commissary from a fucking a little hustle, but it's 100% legal, not illegal. It ain't like I'm selling drugs. It ain't like I'm selling anything, any pruno or anything like that. But they took a cool little fucking prison hustle and turned it into something it wasn't. It's like at Old Folsom. They got a fucking museum over there where guys make shit out of popsicle sticks and you know, they make all types of crap and sell it as a hustle. And but Pelican Bay was so cheesy and chintzy with it, they didn't want you to have nothing good. Their thing was to break your soul at all costs. And being who I am, that's not going to happen. Death before dishonor, point blank, period.
Hey, if you guys ever get a chance to go check out that museum, there is a Ferris wheel. It's like 4 or 5 feet tall, a Ferris wheel made out of toothpicks, and it is down to the detail.
Right.
It is insane.
It's badass.
It is badass.
I heard it's badass.
It is.
So that was my hustle in Pelican Bay SHU Short Corridor for about 3 years. You know, I was able to get enough commissary. Mom was able to send me a little bit here and there, $20, $30 a month, so I can go to commissary and get me a little coffee, toothpaste and shit like that, right? The motherfucker was not getting rich. It wasn't a quick, get rich scheme at all. It had nothing to do with any gang activity, but they took it. Even the lieutenant knew it, but when the IGI wrote that fucking downgraded chrono, they spun it into something it wasn't. And so, and I had never got in trouble for it or nothing before that. It's been smooth before that, like 3 years, and I have a right to send whoever a letter with a joke in it, and you're a free citizen. You can do what the fuck you want to do, But in their eyes, nope. They were trying to dictate everything.
Well, I think it was because it was you doing it that they decided they were going to try to, spin that gang narrative. Yep. Uh-huh.
Right. So, some guys got the drawing up there, became really good artists, and we made cards and send them to the streets, right?
Right.
And their people would make mass production of these cars, downsize them, enlarge them and shit, whatever, and sell them on the internet or sell them at fucking swap meets, and for a little bit of commissary, right?
Right.
Everybody had their own little hustle. Some people would make shorts out of whatever, sheets, or we get charged for the sheet $7, but that's my sheet now. That sheet's my property. So, everybody had a little hustle, man. But Pelican Bay was such a tight son of a bitch in place, especially the short corridor was a shoe within a shoe. And it was something else, man. They took an innocent hustle, an innocent money-making hustle that had nothing to do with violence, drugs, or gangs, or anything, and completely shut it down because they wanted to be pieces of shit pricks. And
they're accomplished.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, you guys, that was just a little story for y'all, man. It was a cool trip because it kept me with a little commissary every month or every other month, and kept my stamp envelopes coming. And it was cool until it wasn't. It was cool until it wasn't.
Right.
What's up, babe?
Oh, nothing. You just got to be able to do something, though. I mean, my God, no, just sit in this box and rot. No, be of no use whatsoever. Right. If we can't destroy your life, we'll destroy your mind. Oh, they managed to not be able to do that to you. So now they're doubly mad, then they're doubling down on their bullshit, and it's like.
And it's funny because some people say, "Oh man, the guy, he was never even in the shoe. He didn't do."
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Oh yeah.
Fuckers. We got the trolls. I guess the trolls are coming out in droves, but right on, whatever. I do got 115s for my hunger strikes. I got 115s for my hunger strikes, dumbass. Fuck. And but. Yeah, this 115, it got dropped down to a chrono, and they sent it to my mom and scared the holy shit out that old lady. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck them sons of bitches. I'll just send you $10, $15 when I can, son. $20, man. But no, we don't need this shit that much. I ain't losing the contact with my son over no fucking cop being a piece of shit. And I said, I know. So we let it go. But anyways, I wanted to run that down to you guys. It's like art, people drawing, and the Ferris Wheel my wife talks about out of toothpicks. They got a badass museum at Old Folsom, man, and guys put shit together, popsicle sticks, toothpicks. I seen dudes make shells that look like wood out of cardboard. I seen dudes make entertainment centers out of cardboard, right? It's ingenious shit that goes on inside a prison you guys don't hear about. We put our minds to whatever, right?
Right.
And, and so, but...
You have 60 seconds remaining.
That's the shit y'all don't hear about. So, hit the like button, subscribe, share my shit, and don't believe the trolls, don't believe the hype. We'll see you guys pretty soon. Fucking got more content. Stay tuned, man. Keep it real, keep it solid, and be safe, man. Till next time, we send ours to the worthy, and the worthy know who you are, folks. See ya.